Hello, my name is Tridar. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a space station in Minecraft. Let's get started. So firstly, let's take a tour of our space station to see if you wish to construct one. This, of course, is designed to be floating in the air at whatever height you want to, all the way up to build height. But for the purposes of the tutorial, we'll of course be doing it on the ground here. But let's float around in our spacesuit outside of our station and see what we've got here. Of course, it's solar powered. We've got 4 large solar panels with a number of other smaller solar panels on the different modules, various antennas here and there for communications purposes. We, of course, have a convenient escape pod here for unspecified emergencies. You never know what you might run into in the depths of space. Over here, of course, we have our command module. Take a look inside here. Of course, we have our controls and everything. Some random redstone controls, mostly just for looks. But of course, I suppose you could probably hook those up to command blocks if you wanted to and have your station actually do something. Of course, we want to make sure our station looks like it's doing something. And we have some lights down here for some scanning arrays down here doing their thing. Scanning various things. Of course, up here we have a communications array as well, with various flashing lights indicating that I'm sure it's communicating with something. Of course, how we get into our station is we have 2 ways. I assume that since this is going to be up in the air, you will be doing your elytra for this, if you don't have like a command block teleport or something. But, of course, you can use an iron trapdoor here to access the station there, or there is also one over here as well. So there's 2 of those. So there's a nice landing platform here for you to glide up on your elytra and land here and then just drop down into your space station. Of course, we have a number of windows in our station where we can look at things. A number of controls here and there to do various tasks to perform in space. Of course, if we continue here, let's go and take a look at the interior of our command module. Over here, of course, we have various controls here to operate our station by. Of course, we have this nice holographic display here. Of course, we have some holographic generators down there, which would generate, an image here of just whatever we need to do. 3D image that we can look at. Of course, if the beacons are too expensive, you can always substitute that for some more sea lanterns over there. That'd be fine to do. Let's go back over here. So here is the other end. And let's take a look back here as well. Back here on the right is, of course, our handy escape pod. Accessible by an iron door and everything. We can crawl in here and hit the eject button while our space station explodes behind us. Hopefully that won't happen though. Over here as well, of course, we have an EVA vehicle here in the form of a sea moth, which I suppose we should call this a lunar moth since it's in space and everything. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but of course this space station is designed along the lines of the Subnautica series that I have done previously. It's made up of all those bits and pieces. You probably recognize the escape pod and everything. So it's designed in that same general style. If we want to take our ladder and crawl down here, down into our scanning array, we can modify various controls and do various things around here as well. So there are a number of modules in here for you to use for whatever you need to for your space station. Of course, if you get ready to leave your space station, above the trapdoors that we came in, there are exit doors. So you can just open those and then drop down and activate your elytra and then glide off wherever you want to go. So I think it's a pretty good size space station. It's not too small, it's not too big. It's sort of a medium-sized space station. if you want like a base in the end somewhere, or a base maybe somewhere way up at the new build height and everything, this would be a good candidate for you to do something there for that. Now, if you do want to build one, we are going to need to take a look at the materials list. So for this, you will be needing 992 blocks of white concrete, 1,621 blocks of cyan terracotta, 378 blocks of yellow concrete, 81 blocks of orange concrete. I bet that they never thought that you would actually be crafting orange concrete, but here we are. 561 light blue stained glass blocks, 263 light blue stained glass panes, a lot of glass, 65 sea lanterns, 30 quartz slabs, 7 ladders, 13 redstone repeaters, 13 redstone comparators, 4 iron trapdoors, 2 iron doors, 6 levers, 48 redstone lamps, 48 observers. That's for the lamps and everything, to do the lighting effects and everything. 4 daylight sensors, 4 end rods. Those are optional though; they're just in the escape pod. And also 9 beacons, which I marked as optional because for some people, beacons can be a little expensive to use just for decoration only. So if you want to, instead of these, you can substitute those for 9 additional sea lanterns. All right, now let's take a look at the dimensions. So if you want to build one of these, just for reference sake, the dimensions are as follows. I don't remember if this includes the box or not. I don't think it does. I think it starts down there with that block. The box itself, though, is 53 by 59. So we're 53 across this way and 59 across that way. So it's very slightly rectangular, and it's 47 blocks tall, all the way from the bottom of that antenna there to the top of that antenna right there. So if you're going to be building this at build height, I would suggest that you should probably start like 50. Start 50 blocks down. Give yourself a little wiggle room, and then that way you'll be able to complete the structure. Of course, you'll have to pillar up all the way from wherever, and get to down here, and then that is where we're going to start building the antenna. Which of course we are going to be doing here. I've just given the box reference, the outline dimensions for reference sake. But as far as where we have to place the first block inside of this, I don't really think that matters, because you're not going to have anything around this or anything, and everything is going to be built off of this one block, so it doesn't really matter where we want to start. And of course, with all the tutorials, the following format, we're going to be doing this one block at a time, and we're going to go up one slice for every block until we get all the way to the top. So we're going to be 3D printing this slice by slice from the ground all the way up. And also, this entire world here will be available in the video description for download for both Java and Bedrock versions. So if anything is unclear, or you just want to take a copy of it, you don't want to build it, you just want to take a copy, you can do that from those files. As always, provided at no charge. Down here, we want to start with one block of yellow concrete. Just wherever you want to start building the bottom. And then on top of that, we want to place one sea lantern. And then here, one block of cyan terracotta. One block off to the left, we want to leave a space there, and put one block of yellow concrete, just like we did down there. And then on top of that, of course, you want to put a sea lantern, and then white concrete over here. Next level up, cyan terracotta and white concrete. And for the next several levels, you'll be placing only white concrete here for one level, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, we want to place cyan terracotta. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of white concrete here, and then cyan terracotta there. All right, so that's the lower antenna. Now we need to build something that the antenna is attached to. And you're doing that with just a simple square of yellow concrete filled in with cyan terracotta there, 5 by 5. All right, next slice up from that, we want to fill in all these observers, and of course, to get the lighting pattern, we want to have them facing in each other. So we want to have them going. They may be pointed in the wrong direction, I think, because we just want to start one here and have them face into each other all around in that direction there until they make a loop. Redstone, not really my forte, so hopefully I've explained that correctly. And in behind that, you could just put some white concrete, and then on the edges here, some more cyan terracotta. All right, next level here, we want to have on top of those, we want to have the observers facing up this way, to where they will feed into the redstone lamps that we will be placing above those here. And white concrete behind that, and more cyan terracotta on the edges here. We're also now building the lowest portions of the solar arrays. And I'm not really sure why that looks like I missed a block over there on the back. That's going to be one of the far antennas. We'll just ignore that for the moment. So to get the measurement here, we want to start in the middle right here and count out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think, yeah, okay. And then I think from there, that's going to be, yeah, okay. So you only have to count for 11 blocks to get to this point right here. And then from there, we want to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another 11 blocks right there. And then we want to count out for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks of cyan terracotta. So it should be another 11 on this side over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. 9 blocks of cyan terracotta there. And that will give you the placement for the lowest portions of the solar panels, which is now out of view. All right. Now for the panels again, you want to go. You want to build this pattern here. We want to have sea lanterns in the middle, then yellow concrete, white concrete, and cyan terracotta like so. But of course, we want to have it set back and over 1 block from this here. We want to have this going up at a 45-degree angle. You want to build both solar panels exactly the same, by the way. And back here is the pattern for the redstone lamps, for the lights and everything. They're currently frozen. I think sometimes this happens when I rotate things. The observers will forget what they're doing, so they're stuck there on in that configuration. But anyway, you can get the idea from here. So you can see the pattern here for the yellow concrete and the light blue stained glass panes, and of course the redstone lamps behind those. All right, next phase. Let's take a look here at the solar panel. We have in the middle here white concrete and then 3 blocks of light blue stained glass. White concrete, and on the edge here, cyan terracotta. Same deal for this side here. And of course, both solar panels are exactly the same. Over here again, do what you did on the previous phase, except extend everything up for an additional block layer. Just like so. Okay, next phase. Same deal for the solar panel. Do exactly the same, except shift it up 1 block and then over. And you can see here, we're going up at a 45-degree angle. Every block we're going up, we're also going 1 back. And of course, both solar panels exactly the same. Over here, easy for this. Just put on a cap of cyan terracotta that matches the dimensions of this one below there, just like so. And we'll go on to the next phase. Over here, more details for the solar panels. They're getting a little bit wider, but they're following the same pattern with the glass now 4 blocks wide, just like so. Both panels the same. And over here we want to put on a smaller cap of cyan terracotta. All right, solar panels, just the same as the last phase, like so. And then here we want to put a little ring of yellow concrete and then fill everything in back there with additional cyan terracotta. All right, next phase, same deal for the solar panels. Now we've extended to 5 glass blocks on either side. The same for both panels. And back here we want to put a ring of white concrete, and we want to have some details for the sea lanterns and some glass blocks. Of course, you can see our ladder there because this is the very bottom of that module that we crawled down into to control our communications array. All right, back here we need to start placing something. We're going to ignore all those stray blocks. So from here we want to count out, going back this way from our center. Right here we want to count out for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 blocks. And then on either side, put concrete and glass, like you see done here. All right, over here for the solar panels, same deal. Just like so. Both solar panels the same. Back here, white concrete, cyan terracotta, and various redstone devices to be used for controls. This is a space station. We have to have a lot of superfluous controls sitting everywhere. Over here on the back, same deal. These are very small solar panels stuck on the back, just like so. All right, next phase. Our solar panel has reached its maximum width at the previous phase, so now we are going in again to make the hexagonal solar panel shapes. Just like so, just like you did back down here, you want to do again here and here. Over here, extend up all the concrete and terracotta. A few glass planes here for a little sort of like a display to look at. Well, you know, Minecraft. As good of a display we can get, and of course your ladder here. And back here, we want to put a block of not glowstone, sea lanterns, white concrete, and yellow concrete, like so. All right, next phase. Same deal for the solar panels, just like so. Over here for the center of the module, of course, we're just extending up our cyan terracotta and white concrete. And back here, same deal for this as well, with just an additional block of cyan terracotta here, because this is going to be our attachment point for these secondary solar panel arrays for the modules at the back. All right, back down to our original length for the solar panels here, just like so, for both panels. Here in the middle, we want to do more sea lanterns, glass panes, and white concrete and everything. Just like this here. And at the back, of course, we have another block of cyan terracotta. And the last of the panels there for that. Okay, over here at the front, we do have a little portion sticking down for our command module. So from here, we want to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. And then place this combination here of yellow concrete and 1 block of cyan terracotta. All right, next phase, we have now the attachment points for the solar panels with 2 blocks of yellow concrete behind a final row of glass here. Both panels the same. Here at the front, we want to build some cyan terracotta above our yellow concrete here. It's what, 2 by 5 at the back, and then 3 blocks here, and then a 4 by 4, and then a little T-shape here at the front. And of course, this is where our beacons go, or sea lanterns, depending on how you want to do that. Back here, we want to have a ring of yellow concrete and some light blue stained glass panes in the corners there. And then back here, just 1 additional block of cyan terracotta. All right, now we're getting to the point where we're starting to build all the main modules and everything. We've built our first set of solar panels, like so. And now what we need to do, let's go back here and start at the middle. So down here, you can see we want to roof this entire thing off with some cyan terracotta, but we want to have some yellow concrete here to denote, of course, where we can crawl down into that module. Let me just mark out the some dimensions here for that. So this goes on the top of our module that we have been building since we started. And from here, let's branch out to the front. And we want to build with cyan terracotta and yellow concrete this here. And then skip a block right underneath there. 4 blocks and then skip 1. And then we want to build this here out of cyan terracotta. And just so it's easier to see, I will trace this around with some carpet here. And of course, the block you want to be placing is already placed directly below the carpet. It's like so there. Of course, a little ring of yellow concrete here, and then some light blue stained glass here to cap off the beacons and everything. And over here to the side, we want to come and skip 2 blocks. And then we're building some more little solar panels, just like we did back there for those. We're doing out here again. And of course, skip 2 blocks there and do the same. All right, back here, let's now go over this way and extend the modules. We want to skip the same 4 blocks here, just like we did over here for this one. You want to do this one for here, over here, and of course back here. Just a little cross shape of the same pattern. Just like so. Skip 1 block and then build cyan terracotta, yellow concrete, and then go for what? 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then we want to have the orange concrete with our escape hatch, and then 4 blocks here, and then yellow concrete, cyan terracotta, and a little light blue stained glass here for our observation half domes that we have on the sides. Over here, of course, you can see we have the attachments of our solar panels to the rest of the space station. Done like so. And let me give you a view below that here, so you can see the attachments and everything. Of course, this other armor over here is symmetrical. You want to do exactly the same thing over here on the right side that we just did on the left. All right, back here, same deal. Go out this far, skip a block. It's 4 blocks in total, 2 blocks of cyan terracotta, 1 block of yellow concrete, and 1 block of cyan terracotta. Skip one, and then do the same for 1 block here, 1 there, and then 1, 2, 3, for several. For what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Yellow concrete, and then go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks again. And then back here, we want to go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then yellow concrete and cyan terracotta. And then 5 again, same deal, skip a block, and now we're building the escape pod with the orange concrete here, like you see. And that's going to be 5 blocks across, like so there. Oh, and down here, like I missed that on the previous phase, we have a little bit of glass below here, 2 blocks of glass and 4 panes, like so. All right, now we can see down here, of course, we should have the attachment point right here to serve as a check on what you've been doing, the attachment point for these little floating solar panels. We have back here at the back. And I think that covers that. Ain't enough detail for you. So next phase over here, let's begin starting at the front now with our command module. So right here at the front, we want cyan terracotta and then yellow concrete behind that. And then a bit of white concrete here and more cyan terracotta. And that goes for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then turn the corner here with more cyan terracotta. And right here, of course, this is a little pinch point where our modules join to each other. Of course, you know you can't launch an entire space station at once. You have to launch various modules and things, and plug them into each other and unfurl your solar panels and everything. And of course, here, since I don't have white concrete half slabs, we have to use some quartz. Of course, if the day ever comes in the future, maybe Minecraft 1.50 or whatever, when they finally add white concrete half slabs, you can make that substitution. Let's see. So over here we have a bit more of these little solar panels right here, just on top of those. 1 block away from that there. And then for our corridor behind here, of course, we have everything built pretty much out of cyan terracotta. I'll give you a view below here. You can use the flooring you already built as a guide for this portion here. I don't think you'll have any trouble with that. You want to do the same on all 4 sides and everything. We just have a simple cross intersection, like I said. And then we want to go off to the sides. Of course, we have another little module. Every place a module plugs into each other, we have these little quartz slabs and everything, like so. And then over here, you can go ahead and install your lever for your escape hatch. And then on the ends, of course, we have light blue stained glass blocks, which may be a little hard to see, so I will outline those right there. All right, you want to do the other end down here exactly the same as you did the other one, like so. And then back here as well, we want to do the same deal for the sides and everything, for the yellow concrete and the cyan terracotta. Till we get back here to the back, where of course we have a little T-shaped space module. Just like so. And I'm not sure those blocks of white concrete should be there, actually. Looking at it, I think those are left over from something. Definitely remove those when you're building this. Yep, that's definitely an oversight. Those shouldn't have been there. There's always something. I forget during a tutorial that I usually find like that. But anyway, here's the design for the escape pod sitting on its side and everything. Mostly made out of cyan terracotta, white concrete, and of course orange concrete. Of course, we've got your end rods and everything there for you to hold on to and scream while your escape pod jettisons and everything explodes behind you, and then you get hit on the head and knocked out. And your PDA reboots in emergency mode and everything. All right, over here for our lunar moth. That is our space version of the sea moth. So of course we have that attached here with a little bit of yellow concrete. And then 4 blocks of white concrete. And then on the side, of course, we just have several blocks of white concrete, cyan, terracotta, and some yellow concrete here on the corners. All right. I think that's all there is to that phase. So let's go over here for the next one. So up here at the front, we have a little bit of glass for the lookout for our command module window and everything. Behind this, of course, we have our control array to control what our space station does and everything. Some light blue stained glass panes in the corners behind that. And then white concrete and yellow concrete here along the sides. Or what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. And then 3 blocks of cyan terracotta. And then over here, of course, to our little pinch point where the modules connect to each other and everything. Just like so. Of course, we have that done with just some light blue stained glass panes there. And then behind that, of course, we have more cyan terracotta and yellow concrete. And then here in the middle, a couple blocks there. And then here along the sides, of course, we have some more random controls sitting here. Our side modules here, where we have our solar arrays attached to. And this is going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there, and then more light blue stained glass in that pattern there. And let's take a look at that from below. Like so. And of course, the right one is just a mirror image copy of the left one that we just did. All right, going back here, we have some viewing glass over here inside the tube. We have what, 5 blocks of that right there. And then back here we have some controls outside the doors and everything, the iron doors, to get into our escape pod over here. So here's the next portion of the escape pod. Pane of glass there. And lots of panes of glass on the interior. And then over here for the lunar moth. The usual stuff, white concrete, cyan, terracotta, glass, sea lanterns, and yellow concrete. And some glass here and there. Underneath the red carpet and everything right here. Like so. And I think that will be all of that phase. All right, next one over here. Back to our command module. A bit more glass right here at the front. More terracotta and glass behind that. Like so here for the interior. And of course, to connect our solar panels, we have these little antennas going out from the side. The solar panels at the front are just one block bigger than the small ones that we did at the back, of course. And then we will want to have an antenna going out to the side here. And an identical one on the right side. All right, so here at our doorway, we of course want to have some cyan terracotta, some light blue stained glass panes, and then back here, we're now moving past the stage where we're using cyan terracotta for most things, and we're going to be using now predominantly white concrete. So 5 blocks here in an L shape, and then over here for the next doorway. And then from here, you just want to place this on top of the previous ones for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blocks. Here and over here again for the blue glass. Like so. And then on the interior for the panes and everything. And of course you want to do the right one the same as the left. All right, here for the next portion, heading towards the back. Now you just want to extend pretty much everything up that we did previously, except substituting some portions with white concrete. Like so, 5 more blocks of glass here. And then here you can go ahead and place the lever to access your escape pod. And of course, here's the next portion of the escape pod. Block of glass there. Like so. And let's see. Now over here on this side for the lunar moth. Of course, we have glass here, right there. And of course, the various controls and everything for your moth. You never know when you might need to go EVA to check out something in the vicinity. So we have just a little craft for you to be able to do that. Of course, I suppose for the more adventurous among you, you could try to do you could try to build a flying machine out of one of these with perhaps some what? I think they use slime blocks and pistons and something. I don't really know. I've never built a flying machine once, so I can't begin to tell you how to do that. But for those of you that have more redstone skills than I do, you can perhaps remove the lunar moth here and hook up perhaps a little flying machine if you want to. Might be fun. A little fun addition to your space station. So over here at the back, we want to build some antennas. Of course, these are gonna be 4 blocks of white concrete and then 6 blocks of white concrete here. And of course, the tips of the antennas are the same. And this back here, this is this stray block of of yellow concrete that didn't get trimmed off in the previous phases that we've been looking at this whole time. Now you know where it goes. Let me give you a good top-down view of the whole thing. It'll go a little bit quicker once we get past building all the modules, but that'll be, it's going to be several more phases yet. So over here, bit of glass, extending up all the walls and everything, just like you see done here. A bit more of this upper solar panel. We're going to be doing 3 in total, just like we did down here. We're going to be doing this up here to complete that. Right here. So here is the interior details. Mostly cyan terracotta and concrete and glass. Glass over our doorway right here. Glass over all the doorways now. Just like so. And then more glass down here. And of course do this one just the same as the other one. Heading towards the back now. Five blocks of glass. Turning the corner here, a bit more of our escape pod. Escape pod number 1, of course. We don't have enough blocks to write a 5 on that one, unfortunately. But it wouldn't really make sense to have like escape pod number 5 with the space station that really has only 1. A bit more detail here back here for the lunar moth. Glass blocks there underneath the carpet. And everything like so. All right, next phase. We finished our window at the front now, so it's cyan terracotta across the front. And then white concrete again. We're going to be sort of rounding off the front of our command module and everything. Just like so. Let's take a look at the exterior, and then we'll drop down inside and take a look at what's going on in there. Glass here, right there. And let's go back here and take a look at this from the interior. So we have some structural cyan terracotta beams right here for our ceiling. Just like so. Here in the middle, some glass and some panes. Everything like so. Of course, this end down here, just the same as the one we just made. Here, we want to now start going towards the back. Take a look at the outside first. 5 more blocks of glass there. And then here for a bit more of our escape pod. Almost finished with the escape pod. And also almost finished with the lunar moth. And so here, so let's go back to the middle, drop down, and take a look at this from the interior. All right, next phase. Starting to cap all the modules off. So here at the front, of course, we want to have just a bit of white concrete. We want to go 2 blocks back from there, and then what? 1, 3 there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then turn the corner there. And like so. And then we build nothing behind that. We finished off the solar panels over here that we've been building. And then over here we want to start building the base of what is going to be our communications array. So up here, remember, we want to have these observers all facing into each other, a little ring like that there. They're probably pointed in all the wrong directions here, so ignore that. But you want to have them where they're facing and activating into each other. And then behind that, we want to have just this little cross pattern of these little T's of cyan terracotta, like so. And then on the side over here, of course, we want to have... I think I made a slight mistake in my slices. I thought we finished that a little bit too quickly, didn't we? Go back over here. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to have to go extra slow on this one. Because I made, this is going to be a double slice phase. Yeah. My apologies. Let's go really slow on this one. So I've already shown you this. So let me just demolish that and take it off. So we can see. So we can make a mess with the carpet. Here's what this face should look like if I had done it correctly. Like so here, of course, we have this little gap here, a little 1 block gap, and more cyan terracotta here and yellow concrete. And for this phase, it may be better if I just land in here and show it to you from below. So we have a bit of glass there and some structural support in the middle, a little cross shape of cyan terracotta here for our command module. Going through the corridor now, you can see we want to have white concrete and cyan terracotta here, and then a sea lantern, and cyan terracotta around that. Of course, this is right over our hatch, down to the lowermost section there. So we have our command module here, so let's go off to the left, over here, and take a look from below at what we want to be putting on our ceiling here. You can see, of course, we have our other exit, or rather our entrance door, right there with the orange concrete, and the trap door there and everything. And then over here, of course, we want to just finish this off with just a little bit more glass right there, probably like 3 blocks. And everything, and of course the other end is going to be exactly the same. So let's go and take a look at that from the top over here. Just like so. There's these 3 blocks I pointed out. And then back over here, of course, we're building another solar panel. So you already know how to build the solar panels. So I'm not really going to go over that in too much detail. But you can see here we have another attachment point that we're building right here. And we're building, of course, the solar panel again. Just the same as we did before, except we're going up with it now. All right, so on top of the ceiling that you built, you can now go in and build this little shape here out of cyan terracotta. Do the observers, like I pointed out, to be done there, just like so. You can also go ahead and place your levers for your entrance hatchways, or if you don't want to fool with the levers, you can always just use, a wooden trap door, just leave it open or something. I don't know if I would leave it open though, because I don't know that I've covered all the spawning spots, so I wouldn't want a creeper or something to drop in on your space station and like blow it up. But if that does happen though, you do have a handy and convenient escape module. Okay, so back over here. We want to have on the top here, we want to have a 3x5 thing of glass here for this little walkway. Not the most structurally sound thing, I know. If we were actually going to build a real space station, we wouldn't have this. This would be a major weak point. But this is Minecraft, and it's kind of a futuristic space station, so we can get away with having this here. This is meant so you can stand here and look out at the various portions of your space station and everything. And then back here, I think you can see this pretty clearly. We just got one little block of cyan terracotta here. That's because we're going to be building another solar array, a little small one on top, right back here. And then we have the rest of the escape pod, just like so. And then over here, just the last few blocks for the lunar moth. And that's going to be done. And that also finishes off the escape pod as well. So let's take a look at all that from the inside before we move on, since I messed up with my slicing here. So here we can see our viewport and everything. Nice panoramic view. Of course, your view will look different depending on where you build it. Over here, of course, we have the hatch for the lunar moth. Everything here. And then over here, of course, we have the hatch for the escape pod. Just in case your space station gets blasted by a mysterious alien gun tower or something. I mean, I'm sure that won't happen, but just in the odd event that it might. All right, next phase here. Looks like I sliced this one correctly. We have just a little bit of detail of some orange concrete and glass and cyan terracotta here. And then over here, a detail again for the solar panels. I'm just going to briefly show you the solar panels. You already know how to build these, so you can go ahead and crack on with that if you want to. They're going to be just the same as the design that we did down there. Over here, of course, we have now the observers that are they're just facing upwards. They should be. And then ring that around with cyan terracotta. And then back here, we want to come out 2 blocks and build white concrete, 2 blocks of glass, another block of concrete there on both sides. Like so. Next phase here, we want to have our redstone lamps ranged in this pattern here. What's that? 8 redstone lamps, and then white concrete, and then glass panes around that there. Here's view of the solar panel. And our little solar panels here at the back. All right, next phase, extend everything up here for the communications array for the redstone lamps that you previously did. And here for the solar panel. And the small auxiliary solar panels here at the back. All right, next phase, cap the whole thing off with cyan terracotta, like so here. Next little bit of the solar panel. The panel at the back. That's all there is to that. 3x3 cyan terracotta here. View of the solar panel. And we're now finishing the solar panel at the back here. So this little array should look the same as the one we have down below there. All right, we're in the home stretch now. We're building now the communications antenna right here, like so. And a view of the solar panel. 2 blocks of white concrete. And another view of the solar panel. And then 2 more blocks of white concrete. I'm going to skip this one for a little while. We'll look at that one at the end. So another view of the solar panel right there. Over here again, same deal. And then here again for this one. We're getting ready to finish the solar panel, so we want to have some sea lanterns, some concrete and cyan terracotta there. And then cap the whole thing off with just some cyan terracotta right along there. And both your solar panels should be symmetrical and the same and look like the previous 2 solar panels that you built all the way down there. And here for the communications array, of course, it's 4 blocks of white concrete here, and it should be 6 blocks of white concrete for the one on the left here. And then, of course, you know the drill. Cyan terracotta, a sea lantern, and some yellow concrete. And then on top of the other one, once you get to block number 6, you want to put cyan terracotta, a sea lantern, and then 1 very final block of yellow concrete. And once you have done that, your futuristic Subnautica themed space station will be complete. So I hope you have enjoyed the tutorial for the futuristic Subnautica themed space station. Remember, of course, the world is available for download in the video description for both Java and Bedrock versions. And I want to thank you very much for watching, and welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.